Hello, Laine here, guerrilla reviewer of Cockroaches. I've recently seen the new Sasso Credo movie. For those of you who are uninitiated, that means Assassin's Creed.
Welcome to the Spanish Inquisition.
This is my world. Oh, you took a wrong turn.
What I saw in there, it felt real.
It was.
Took a wrong turn.
I'm beginning to like this.
Where do I start with this film? I'll get the good stuff out of the way. There is a good movie hidden in here somewhere. I just think it's hidden very deep down. The action in this movie is very slick when it's slick. Action when the main character is in the past is very good. The actual assassin part of Assassin's Creed is very good. It's enjoyable. Action slick, it's parkoury, hand-to-hand, swords, shit like that. It's nice to watch, it's a fun visual spectacle. However, it's severely limited by everything else that's in the movie. I do believe that he only goes into the past about 3 times. Yeah, that's about all there is to say about the good stuff. Yeah, on to the bad. Much like the original Assassin's Creed game, the fun of the assassin part is severely let down by its present world counterpart. So essentially, when the movie's in the past, it's good. When the movie's in the present, it's shit. And it's in the present a hell of a lot. The thing that's a bit different about the Animus compared to the game is that it's not this kind of thing that you just lie down in and then you see what we see. It's kind of like this weird, I don't know, arm that he's in. So essentially his back is strapped up to like this rotating robot arm, and then he just kind of jumps around, moves. He's kind of like essentially miming the action that takes place in the past. And the problem with this is that it kind of schizophrenically moves between past and present during an action scene, which makes it very jarring, very difficult to get into. The action's difficult to connect into. You can't enjoy it when it keeps cutting back to the fucking Michael Fassbender doing his aerobics routine. So even the action, which is the good part of the movie, is difficult to enjoy. And then another thing that kind of bothered me is the characters. Essentially the 2 leads of the movie, which is Michael Fassbender's character and the scientist lady, I don't know her name. The 2 of them kind of made it very difficult for me to get into the movie. Michael Fassbender's character, who was put under lethal injection for killing a man, he kind of wakes up, not dead after all, in the Abstergo facility. And you know, he's informed about this whole Animus thing, and that's kind of where the plot takes off. Now, first of all, I don't think that he kind of I mean, yeah, sure, he's a killer and all that, but he didn't really react in a way that I would deem humanly possible. You know, at first he tried to run away, and then he was like, actually, no, cool, I'll stay. And then he just kind of went along with it, which is kind of difficult to get into when the main character just seems like whatever about the whole situation surrounding him. The only time that I think he reacted in a normal human way was during a particular scene where he talks to some of the other characters in Abstergo facilities, and he just essentially just says, what the fuck is going on? And I'm like, well, there we go, that's an appropriate reaction. You know, you're half an hour late, you acted like a normal human now. And then the scientist lady character, also, I didn't like the way she emoted. At first she seemed like this very sympathetic character, and she's like, oh no, I actually just want to help. But then by the end of it, she's like, okay, no, I'm a bad guy now. The same can be said with Michael Fassbender's character. First he starts like, no, I want to destroy the assassin order by helping the Templars. By the end of it, he's just like magically, okay, cool, no, I'm an assassin and I'm gonna fight the Templars. You know, I kind of sat there scratching my head like, okay, but now what caused this? It was nothing really in particular. At least that's what I felt. Nothing that would be considered a valid reason. There was one aspect of this movie that I haven't noticed people talking about, but I want to talk about, and this is maybe just me because I'm quite a naturally philosophical person. The MacGuffin that they're going for is said to have the blueprint of free will, because it's an apple of Eden, which I was like, okay, cool, yeah, I can control free will. I'm down. The Templars want to use it to control everybody, and the Assassins want to let everyone be free. The thing that I thought was interesting about this, and this is just a debate that it kind of naturally conjured within myself. The scientist lady did speak about this. She wanted to find the apple of Eden to eliminate violence from the world. The cool kind of question that it brings up for me is free will disposable if it can lead to better society? We take away free will from the people, but we eliminate so many issues that are a direct result of free will, like violence, which I thought would have been a very interesting thing for the movie to explore, but it doesn't. It kind of just paints the Templars as Illuminati-esque order of people who want to control the world and are just kind of unequivocally evil. And they're like, we want to control everyone. And then the assassins are just unequivocally good. You know, they may be vicious murderers, but they want to protect the free will of the people. You know, it's a bit cut and dry for my liking. I like something that's a bit more morally ambiguous, which I do genuinely feel like the movie could have done if they had decided to hire a competent script writer. One friend of mine essentially just said that, you know, it was fine. The plot was thin, but the action was good. And I kind of feel like that's all that can be said about the movie. I'm not going to go into this whole deep analysis of all that. Is it a good movie? No. Is it a movie I would recommend? Probably not. Personally, I wouldn't recommend it. I don't think it's really up to par in terms of action or story. However, I don't think that it's a 33%. I checked Rotten Tomatoes, that was the kind of consensus last time I saw. It's not that bad. I mean, I don't know if it's one of the worst movies of the year. I don't think it is. I think there's plenty of other shit films out. It was a resounding meh. There were parts of it that were good, and there were parts of it that I saw potential in. It wasn't an unequivocally awful film. If it had had more focus, and if it had a better idea of what it wanted to be, it would have been better. If they had kept it in the past and made it about the Assassin Templar action scenes, which were the highlights of the movie for me, then I think it could have been just a good action movie. They kind of had to muddy it up by schizophrenically switching between perspectives during the fight scene, which was absolutely awful. The characters themselves weren't engaging in any way. I mean, if you wanted to like stream it one day for free and then just kind of have something on in the background, I think that would be perfectly fine. Really just an okay movie. That's really all there is to say about it. Merry Christmas, I guess. If this is uploaded during Christmas, I hope you have a wonderful Christmas. If it's not uploaded by Christmas, I hope you have a perfectly average day. Festive spirit doesn't last long. Make the best of it. Cool.